Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Dynamics 365 Marketing in a Day workshop. My name is Craig Kreskis. I am a cloud solution architect at Microsoft, and today we are going to focus on journeys, but specifically around segment-based journeys. Now, customer journeys is where you're going to bring all of the elements together, all the elements that you created from the previous videos, obviously segments, channels such as emails, SMS text messages, push notifications, and along with triggers. And then you orchestrate all of that together in the customer experience or the customer journey. Now, a really easy way to begin with understanding customer journeys is to start with segment-based journeys. Whether you have a segment that is based on a particular location, like the ones we created in the other videos, where I created one based on customers in Colorado and Utah. Maybe you have customers with birthdays in February, or you've got your VIP customers, whatever the segment may be. And then as a marketer, or you as a pre-sales engineer, you want to use those segments as a way to communicate some type of offer or some type of announcement. Now, in a subsequent video, we will discuss trigger-based journeys. But for today, let's just focus on the segment-based ones. And to perform this, or during this video, what I'll do is guide you through how to create and build the journey. We'll set a goal for the journey, and then I'll log into some of the recipients in their respective inboxes, and then we'll analyze some of the information, the data analytics that are being driven from this journey. So let's begin. I'll begin again just by creating the customer journey. Now, you are welcome to find information on docs.microsoft.com under the marketing area of those pages, and you'll see information surrounding segment-based journeys just to support your education. So let's begin. And to do so, here I am inside of Dynamics 365 Marketing. I will create a journey. Now, the first thing you need to do is create a name for the journey. And then, as I mentioned, we'll focus on segment-based. When I select segment-based, I'll locate the segments. Now, it could be, again, customers in a particular region, or whatever segment you've created will be available. Again, they do need to be published and ready to use in order to be available from this list. I'm going to choose Colorado and Utah. I have contacts here. And specifying the type of frequency, I'm going to do a one-time journey where the newly added audience members can start at any time. Again, you could choose this with a static audience, or you could have this repeat. Select your start date. In this case here, I'll select a date. And you're not required, notice there's not a red asterisk, you're not required to put an end date. So I have this as an ongoing journey. Whenever I add new customers or contacts from Colorado or Utah, they will automatically be a part of this journey. Go ahead and select create, and then you are done with the beginning of creating that journey. Next, let's go ahead and build the journey and add further elements to it. Using the plus symbol on the journey canvas, you'll add individual steps to your journey. I'm going to add, in this case here, starting out with just a basic announcement, I'm going to send an email. And with the email element selected on the right panel, you'll go ahead and now choose or browse out to the emails that you want to send out to this audience. In this case here, I'll select a welcome to. We created that in the prior video. And then I'll insert again on the canvas, and I'm going to add a branch. And the branch is basically if the customer or if the contact does the action I ask it to do, they'll follow the yes journey. And if they don't, they follow the no journey. So let's go ahead and choose that condition. So then, when that customer or contact interacts with that email, and the interaction could either be an email link that is clicked, or in my scenario, I'm just going to make this an email is open. So when they select open, then they follow this journey. If they don't, I'm going to go ahead and do another action. I'll insert a text message and then browse to that message. And now I can save my journey. So let's kind of walk through what we just built. We have contacts in a segment. We're sending them a particular announcement or email. If and when they open it, they will follow these steps. If they don't, in this case here, I'm going to send a follow-up in the form of a text message. So now that we have a basic understanding of kind of the elements or some of the basic elements, let's continue by setting a goal. Now, goals on the right side, and make sure you are selecting the top box of the journey, and go ahead and set the goal. And the goal of this journey, as you can see here, there are a number of predefined goals provided, or you can create a custom goal. I'm going to use drive a purchase, and then I'm going to look for the triggers. In this particular case, when an order is placed, and I could set this by either a percentage or a particular number. In my case here, I'm going to add 10%. So basically what I'm doing is the goal of this journey is to drive a purchase that is met when the contact places an order, and I'm successful if 10% of those individuals reach that threshold. I'll hit save, and then I will go ahead and publish that journey. Now this will take a few moments. Once it's done, you'll get a pop-up window guiding you for some additional information. So if you want to kind of continue down the tips around this, feel free to do so. I'm going to go ahead and close this window. And this, again, will take some time to render. Now remember, you set the time zone of when to run this. And you also must remember that in one of the other videos we talked about in getting started, you do need to make sure that you did set your time zone for your current time zone. If you didn't, it'll default and it may take just a little longer for this journey to initiate or to get started. Third step here is I just want to look at some of the inboxes of the recipients. So let's take a look now. Here you see as I'm logged in with Alan Steiner. Alan was one of the contacts. If you remember in a prior video, we talked about variances and how based on my audience, I can control certain elements of the email. Alan is based in Colorado, so he received this welcome email, but it has a graphic aligned with Alan. If I switch to Greg, Greg is not based in Colorado. Greg, and thus he received the default image that was on that email message. The fourth and final step in this was to just review the analytics and take a look at the success as that journey is transpiring. Now you could look at analytics at the journey level, which I am currently situated on. So on the right panel, you can see that these are the journey as far as inflow, processing, and processed. If I select on the email, or the channel I should say, you can see the analytics, and then you could drill down even further on the bottom right. You'll see the delivery and interaction details, and now I can see some additional details based on that contact. On the left side, you can see there are a number of different areas that you could drill into. Just for this particular short video, I just wanted to show you the navigation and where you can find those analytics. And that's going to conclude this segment on segment-based journeys. Remember, we created and built the journey. We set a goal. We took a look at the recipient's inbox and then did some analysis on those results. Again, this is just one of the videos based on customer journeys. We began in just simply around segment-based marketing and segment-based journeys. There'll be some additional videos coming soon. I want to thank you so much for your time and attention on segment-based journeys. If you're interested in learning more about any of the live upcoming events, I provided the link at the bottom left corner below for you to explore and understand all the events that are happening in the US. I want to thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video soon.